So welcome back, guys. How are you doing? So I discovered that a lot of you like travel videos, exploring Ghana kind of videos. Don't worry, I'm coming back with such videos very soon. I have a lot of such videos on my channel because I've been to Cape Coast, the Cape Coast Castle, I've been to Cocoon, I've been to the Way Waterfall, Afajator. I've been to these places, and I know I've been to more places. Bonsor Park, Aburi Mountains, or Eburi Mountains. These are places I've been to in just a few months. Some of these videos, by the time I'm even posting them, some of them I actually went back to my archives, to now like make it a video and post for people to see. I've talked about places you can visit in Ghana, yes, if you're coming during holidays, because people tend to ask me some of this question. And today I'm going to be talking about cost of living again. Like, what is it going to cost you to live in Ghana per month? I usually do these videos because I'm trying to explain certain things to people. Like, some people always misunderstand this thing. Why I talk about this currency thing is because people back home want to know, okay, is this world, I want to change the environment. Let me even see what it looks like or feels like living in another country kind of thing. So we do videos like this because Lillian, a lot of you saw the videos I did with Lillian Ojini, so when she asked me a question about cost of living, I was so shocked, like, because she was now like, people ask her about home, and I told her that, like, I told her my own experience, because she's like, people don't believe her, and that's just the truth. We talk about our experiences because we have people back who want to know, because they're like, okay, let me think of Ghana as an option. Maybe if I want to like have another setting away from Nigeria, something. I don't know if you guys understand. So I've done a lot, explaining these things to people. Now this is the last quarter of the year, right? This is almost, we are in the Ember month, and of course, cost of things have actually increased. The last time I did this video was, I think, early this year, January or so, explaining to a lot of people. And in most of my videos, I always tell people, if you want to come down here, plan yourself for at least 6 months to 1 year, because there's a lot of difference. There's a whole lot of difference. And I'm going to be telling you how to calculate, because some people just conclude that CD is this, Naira is this. I'll show you how it's being calculated. We don't just say 1 Naira is equals to, I know some of you just go to Google. It's not everything Google gives you the right information. You need to be on ground to actually see how things work. When I was back in Nigeria, I was using the Google option, not until I came here and found how it was calculated. And trust me, it was entirely different from what Google was giving me. So guys, what does it take to live in Ghana as a foreigner, especially in Nigeria? And I'm going to be using the Nigerian factor because you're bringing Naira, right, to convert to cedis. If you're bringing dollar, it's on a different note. I think I've explained the currency thing before, but things keep changing. A lot of things keep increasing. Inflation rate right now is something else. So I needed to do this thing so you'll be aware what it is like. So it is not to make anybody feel somehow, but sometimes it's just good to be, when you're being real, when you're saying the truth, it's hot sometimes. So some people feel maybe some sort of way. I'm not doing it for you to feel some sort of way. I'm only putting you through this thing so that if you're planning, plan yourself so well before you carry your bags and start coming. Else, I've seen a lot of people stranded, like a lot. So that's why I come out there to bring out videos for a lot of people to know what is happening. Now let's start with rent. Recently I did a video because I went on an apartment tour, and I showed 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom apartments, what they cost in Ghana. This ranges actually from where you're staying. There are areas you stay, it might be quite cheaper than what I'm going to give. That's why I usually that's why I usually like to give a range that is between this range to this range. Then it depends on you. Now this is what I can afford for apartments. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. In that video, I didn't actually add 1 bedroom, but I can give you a category for 1-bedroom apartments in Ghana. You can get from 800 cedis to like 1,015. That's where you can get a bedroom apartment, like 1-bedroom apartment. For hall and chamber, maybe 300, 400, 500, 600 cedis. Hall and chamber is like it's self-contained. What is called here is hall and chamber. So that you can get, there are areas you can get for 300, there are areas you can get for 400, 500, 600 cedis. But I'm going to be using 600 cedis. Like, let's just use hall and chamber is 600 cedis, right? Then for a bedroom apartment you can get for 1,000 to 1,500. You can even get 800, trust me. So you can get from 800 to 1,500. Then for 2 bedroom, you can get from 1,500 to as much as 2,500. There are areas you can get more than that, but I'm just giving you like a basic, like, you know, at least if you want to get look for something around 1,500, 1,700 and all. But 2 bedroom apartment is from 1,500 to 2,500. 3 bedroom apartment is from like 2,500 to 4,000, 5,000, and sometimes in dollars. The apartments, a lot of apartments are sold in dollars in Accra. But as somebody coming in newly, even me that is still here, please don't make that mistake of going for an apartment that is priced in dollars, because dollars keep going up. If you paid for it last year, you're going to be paying something entirely different this year because the exchange rate keeps going up. So I don't advise anybody to go for anything priced in dollar. Use the local currency. They like it a lot, they love the dollar a lot, but there's still a lot of places you can get things in cedis. I don't know if you understand me. So now we've talked about a room and chamber, we've talked about 1 bedroom, the cost, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom. I don't think if you're coming in you want to go for a 4 bedroom, but in case you still want to go for a 4 bedroom, because in that video, that apartment video I did, we saw a 4 bedroom for 2,008. So for a 4 bedroom, maybe from 2,008 to as much as 6,000, 7,000 cedis, depending on what you want and the area. Don't always forget that. Depending on where you want to stay and the area, the environment, or if it's a new house, of course, you know, new houses are more pricey, right? So it depends on what you want. So that's it with rent. So if you're a family person, or if you're just a young guy or a young lady coming, you're going to be going for a room or chamber or a 1 bedroom. But if you're a family person, you're going to consider school fees. And also school fees, I've done a video recently, like this September I did a video talking about what school fees is like. You can get school, somebody even commented and told me you can even get school fees for 500 cedis, but let's just say 3,000, 2,000, 3,000 cedis for each child. So for example, you have a child, you can find from 2,000 to 3,000 cedis there. If you want 15,000, you can get. If you want dollars, you will get. But I'm just telling you, okay, you're just somebody, you are trying to relocate, and this is it. So let's say school fees, let's just cap it at 2,000 cedis. So if you're going for a 2 bedroom, don't forget that's like 1,500, 2,000. School fees 2,000. Just try. So the next is going to be feeding. For feeding, trust me, it depends on how your family eats. It depends on the number of kids you have. What a family of 4 will eat is different from what a family of 5, a family of 6, a family of 7. By a family of 7, I mean father, mother, 5 children. Family of 4, I mean father, mother, 2 children. It's not the same. So, but trust me, I don't think in today's Ghana or today's economy you can get anything less than 1,500. I do not think so. I don't think so. And that's because of how things keep going high. Their families, you can spend as much as 3,000 cedis to feed just you and your family a month. I don't know if you understand. So let's just put feeding at maybe 2,500. People spend more than that, trust me. So 2,500, right? So that's 6,500 for just rent, fees, and feeding. Now the next is going to be transportation. For transportation, that it depends if you own a car or you're going to be using the public transport, trotro. But me, I always advise go with the trotro option, because if you want to use public transport and you're doing taxi, you're doing Uber, Bolt, trust me, it's not cheap. It's actually not cheap. Recently, I think they even increased fuel again to like 10.8 or something, you know, at 11 points. I can't even remember again. Yes, I buy it, but my eye doesn't go there again. I'm very, very sorry. But because I'm used to it, like before I used to calculate punch calculator before. Right now I don't punch calculator again. I just go ahead and get it because I'm going for my necessity. I'm not going for wants right now. When it's time to do wants, I know when to do it, right? So for your transportation, go for trotro option. If you have a car or when you're coming, you're going to be buying a car, and of course, if you're going to be buying a car, maybe from 40-something thousand cedis, 50,000 cedis, 100,000 cedis. Because if you're going for a Jeep is from maybe 90, 100, 110,000 cedis, depending on the kind of Jeep you're going for. So if you're fueling your car monthly, trust me, we spend as much as 1,500 to fuel the car. But of course, if you're doing the trotro option, you're not going to be spending up to that. So for the trotro option, maybe 500 a month, I can't say, depending on where your office is. But I know you can't get I think the least trotro right now is 2.5 or 3 CDs. Somebody told me that you're not going to see trotro of 1.5 or 2 CDs again, you know. So it's from 2.5, 3 CDs. That's the least you can see for trotro. So in a day, let's say you're doing 10 CDs a day, or 15 CDs times 20 days, then 20 working days outside weekend, that's already 300 CDs, right? Yes, that's already 300 CDs. So you can do up to 400 for trotro. Then maybe if you're doing boats, trust me, boats is gonna get to like 1,000, 1,500, like normal transportation. But I don't usually advise it, except maybe it's a journey that you cannot do without using Bolt or Uber. But if you can, please use the trotro option. It's not going to make you less of who you are. When I was actually going to meet Lily, she was surprised to see me use. I told her that because we are actually staying at two ends. I'm staying very far from where she's, like over an hour from where she is. So, and she'll even ask me if I was going to drive. I said, drive? No, because the consumption I'm going to use, you know. And she was surprised. I used the public transport. I used it, and it didn't remove anything from me, right? Yeah, that's how to be flexible. So in a month, maybe 400, maybe 500. But if you're using your own private vehicle, trust me, you're going to spend up to 1,500 or even more. It could even be more, depending on how frequent you use the road. So my next is now going to be utility. By utility, I mean electricity, I mean what's it called, water, and I mean maybe throwing your trash away weekly. So for electricity, that we spend as much as 400 CD. I really don't know what is happening right now. I was shocked when somebody told me that there has been an issue making payment for electricity. I don't know how true that is. That it's been difficult now to make payment right now. It's been difficult. I hope they sort it out very, very, very soon. But for example, you're paying for electricity, you know, with your card. You have your card and your machine, like you just your card is loaded and it's not in your machine. 400 is what we pay a month. Because of the rainy season now, it has really dropped because I don't use AC so much during the day. But during normal weather, not like if I'm going to be using AC all through, I'm going to be spending nothing less than maybe 600, 700 CDs. But because, okay, when it's getting too hot, I could put on the AC. I regulate it a lot. In fact, I myself, I'm not so into AC because AC dealt with me. Like, I had running nose for years until I deliberately just stopped AC. Like, I stopped using AC until I got better. I got better because I can't speak well. Like, I struggle to talk because my nose is always blocked. So because I was always sleeping with AC every night, right? So until I stopped using AC, that was when I got better. So right now, because of the weather at night, I don't even use fan because I have fan in this room, but I don't use fan at all. I have both fan, I have both AC. But at night, I don't use it at all. So we've really regulated it. So sometimes you can spend maybe 300 in a month, but usually I recharge 400. Because of the rainy season, we don't use up to that. I don't know if you get. So the next is water. Water in a month for me, in fact, they just brought my bill like yesterday or so, is 70. This one they brought right now is 75 CDs. But usually I pay like 70. I paid 60 before, but right now I'm paying 70. I don't know if there was an increment in the tariff. I don't even check all these things. And I forgot to add in the electricity own, they've added tariff to your electricity. So your consumption per kilowatts or something has increased from the usual. So maybe now the 400 I'm using might even increase because of this recent increment I heard they did. So what with water, 75 CDs. Like this month they brought for me 75 CDs. So my trash bin, you know, they have these guys, these people that come, they drive on streets. So I have a permanent one who comes to carry my dustbin. So when he carries your big dumpster, you know, I pay 10 CDs for him, and he carries it sometimes 2 times a month, sometimes 3 times a month. So let's just say 20, 30 CDs for that. So basically that is it. If you add all these things together, that's over 8,000 CDs. Because I said what's it called, yes, I know school fees is not every month, but it's actually good to save towards the next school fees. I usually advise that to a lot of parents. Don't say, oh, I paid school fees in September, the next one is in January, right? You start spending money anyhow. No, after paying in September ending, October, November, you know, start saving towards the next school fee. So it helps you a whole lot. So to an extent, I calculate it as part of my monthly expenses. I don't know if you guys understand. I calculate it as part of my monthly expenses. So for example, I have 2 kids. If you're paying 3,000 cedis now, if you use your October and November income now to, by December you are free. Like, you already know that by next January school fees is ready. I no need to start looking for where to get school fees from. Of course, this does not work for everybody, because if you have a stipulated amount that comes in monthly, it's easier for you. But when you don't have, you know, you're doing business and all that, it's a little struggle. But sometimes it's still also good when the money from your business comes in. Let's always try to like remove all these things the same way we remove electricity, remove gas, remove this, remove that. Of course, I didn't even add gas a month now is almost 150 cedis. It used to be like 90 something, but right now it's like 150. Last one we bought was 120 or 130 something, but somebody told me they bought like 150 cedi. So trust me, when you add your rent 2,000, you add fees 2,000, you add feeding 2,500, that's already 6,500. You add your utility and every other thing, transportation, that's over 8,000 cedis, guys. So if you want to come, you see why I always tell you, plan yourself ahead of time. Don't just come and you get stranded and you be like, gosh, what is going on? Do you guys understand? Like, don't leave if you don't have at least 6 months, because I love the fact that their landlords here will collect 3 months, 6 months, you know, some of them even collect monthly. Their landlords like that in Ghana will collect, they can tell you, okay, 3 months, 6 months. So now you paid 6 months rent, you're trying to sort yourself out, trying to balance, trying to now work, you know, to get more money so that you can, have you seen it? So you have to come with something that can last you for like at least 6 months. You can even go beyond like a year and all that. Don't say it's gonna work for me, it's gonna do this. Trust me, you need money to survive. When you're out of your own immediate environment, you're out of people, nobody knows you here, so you cannot get stranded, because it's going to be very, very difficult for you. Nobody's praying that for anybody. So this is basic. Like, even Ghanaians, I think this rate I just gave now is almost similar to what Ghanaians use. But as a Nigerian, because you eat Nigerian food stuff, your things might be a little bit more expensive. So if a Ghanaian is spending maybe 2,000, you can be spending like 2,208. If a Ghanaian is spending 2,500 for feeding, I'm talking about feeding now, you might be spending as much as 3,035, because you're going to be eating a lot of Nigerian food and it's more expensive here. So I don't know if I've done a good job explaining this thing to a lot of persons. If you still have questions to ask me, you want me to do a video on a particular thing, I'm open to do it, because I've lived here for almost 2 years now. There's almost nothing I don't know about in some of all these things. I don't know if you guys understand. So it's somebody here now who can explain better to those on the outside, because people just feel, oh, please don't always think I just want to talk. No, we are explaining things to people back there for them to understand that this is our experience, this is what it is. Don't go this direction. I made a mistake here, you don't make the same mistake as I made. Do you understand? All right, guys, so if this video has been helpful, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, and subscribe. Just subscribe. I'm very soon you're going to be seeing me dropping videos on my next trip. Yeah, I actually did Qatar some months back. I'm even surprised I've not posted that video. Like, that video is actually on my phone and I've not posted it. But you're going to be seeing the beautiful environment, beautiful things, you know, beautiful Qatar in Volta region very, very, very soon. All right, bye.